Hello friends, today we will discuss another prominent writer of the Romantic era. As we know, we are going through the Romantic age. As we all know, Romantic age started with the publication of lyrical ballad in the year 1798 and it goes up to 1837. Today we will discuss a prominent writer of the Romantic age who is Horace Walpole. Actually, Horace Walpole is the prominent writer of the 18th century who is well known for his Gothic genre. What is a Gothic genre? Gothic fiction and a style of writing. So, we will discuss the Gothic genre. In Gothic genre, poet takes reader to the graveyard or a ruined castles or a dark places where its main aim of the writer is to create horror and terror in the mind of the reader or in the heart of the reader by creating the scenes of darkness. In such a kind of genre or a fiction or a style of writings, mainly witches, ghost and paranormal activities are introduced. So such a kind of genre is started by the Horace Walpole. Horace Walpole is famous for his Gothic fiction. He was the first who started Gothic fiction in English literature. Actually, who is a Horace Walpole? Horace Walpole is the son of Prime Minister of England Robert Walpole, and he was fascinated with the medieval ages or a medievalism. What is medievalism? In medieval, people believe in ghosts, witches or a black magic. So he was fascinated with that kind of activities and he started Gothic fiction in English literature. So today, and even if I tell you the what is in his original life, he was so fascinated that even he built his house on Strawberry Hills in the form of haunted place where he lived. His home was made like a ruined castles, like a haunted place. So today we will discuss about Horace Walpole and his famous work, The Castle of Otranto. The Castle of Otranto was his first, or in English, first Gothic work which was published in the year of 1764. What is the story in this novel? The Castle of Otranto is a Gothic novel by Horace Walpole. Its subtitle is A Gothic Story. So in this story there is a main character Manfred, who is the owner of the Castle of Otranto. He has given a prophecy to his forefather that he will be the last of his family line. So he has a 15-year son who is going to marry with a Isabel. Isabel is the daughter of Frederick, and on the what happened actually on the marriage day or on the wedding day, what happened, there is a statue or there is a statue of Alfonso. Actually, who is Alfonso? Alfonso is the real owner of this Castle of Otranto, who died in a mysterious situation, and after Alfonso, his Castle of Otranto was taken away by the forefathers of Mr. Fredericks. So there was a prophecy by Alfonso that one day his real owner or the real member of family line would come and take away the Castle of Otranto from Manfred's. So this is the story of this kind of Castle of Otranto, and Manfred is the antagonist in this story. There is another character Theodore, who is the hero of this story, and he was believed to be the lost son of Mr. Friar Jerome. Friar Jerome is the clergyman in the church, and he found this guy in the river. So in this way, Theodore is the real member of the family line of Mr. Alfonso. So what happens actually, when the marriage was going take place, when the novel start, the marriage was son of Conrad, son of Mr. Fredericks, that is Conrad, and Isabel, daughter of Mr. Frederick. The marriage was going place, but what happens actually, the statue of Mr. Alfonso was there and a helmet who was wearing Mr. Alfonso's statue was fell on the ground, and that Hamlet was fell on the head of Mr. Conrad, and Mr. Conrad died on the wedding day in a mysterious situation. In this way, the prophecy of Alfonso came true. So after that day, Mr. Manfred was become very unconscious. He came to know that he would be killed soon, because the Alfonso's prophecy is going to be true soon. So he made a plan to give a divorce to his wife, because his wife was too old. She could not bear more children. So he wanted to give divorce to her wife, and he wanted to marry his fiancée. Fiancée was Mrs. Isabel, who was earlier wanted to marry with a Conrad, but somehow Conrad was died because of falling of Hamlet of Mr. Alfonso. In that situation he was died, and after that Mr. Manfred, who wanted to marry Isabel, but Mrs. Isabel secretly loved Theodore. At the last, what happened? Theodore and Isabel become life partner, and the story goes end. So this is the story of the Castle of Otranto. If you want to study in detail, I will let you study in detail